So come on in and take a sip. Let's wind down on the Friday grid. And today we're just doing a simple Prosecco spritz. I've still got to run down to the train station and pick up a friend of mine who's coming in. Last time I saw her, she and I were on a deployment together, to my very final deployment to Iraq, 2010 and 11. So it'll be nice to see the Colonel. And but until then, we're going to stay moderately not so tipsy and just try to jump into our grids. It is a refreshing 4 o'clock in the afternoon kind of thing, though. So looking over here at our grid, we've got a Henry Josephson construction edited by Joel Faliano, and I'm expecting this to be somewhat of a challenge today, so we'll see what we got. I mean, it's Friday, but think about what we had for Wednesday and Thursday. That's, I don't know, maybe there's some rhyme or reason to it all. Who sees? So abbreviation in a scholarly paper could be et al. You know, the shortened form of etalis, et alis, res relative. Well, I don't know if that we're talking about symbolism or mythology, but perhaps we're talking about the South American ostrich or Central American ostrich. I really don't remember. Let's see, sharpness could be a tang. Why not? There's no sharpness, no tang in my spritzer. Brava could be an aria. I'm just wondering if I were to do, say, a solo before a symphony, and could I legitimately call it an ario? I don't know. Goddess often depicted clothed in green. Yes, and this is Gaia, but is it going to be G-A-E-A or G-A-I-A? I'm going to go with the I. It's more traditional, but we'll see. Allowed. Well, I guess you could stretch that to be a limit, but I'm thinking this is probably, I have no idea what this is. Major success stories in the entrepreneurial world, just yet. Allowed, I think it might be illicit, like, you know, by definition, you know, versus illicit. I don't know. John in Portuguese, and I think that's João. João, okay. Micronesian nation. We have 5 letters. Let's just take a chance at Palau. And we'll check ourselves real quick on one of these short ones. 2023 film in which Michael Jordan is only shown from behind. You know, I saw this. I always call them the Affleck twins because they're just old friends or cousins or something. Or maybe they both went to Harvard. I can't remember the story about Ben Affleck or about Jason Bourne, Matt Damon. But yeah, lead into past, certain film shot or film reaction. 3 letters, all I can come up with is pan, but if that's correct, that's pretty freaking clever, is it not? And it's pretty good. So I guess we're talking about spas. I was trying to figure out what kind of 4-letter something could I throw at what kind of 4-letter word, because there was no reason to think there would be an acronym or initials of any sort. It was like, what can I put in the hospital that was 4 letters where I'd wear a gown and scrubs and all that stuff. Lead into past, common motifs in high art. I think we've got marijuana, and we've got 6 letters left. I'm going to go with leaves, and then we'll just promptly check ourselves and make sure that we're not, you know, being less than. Lead into past, perhaps surpass, and that gives us what? Many success stories on fun. Okay, maybe unicorn. What now, though? Had carte blanche, maybe in a minute. French composer who influenced Ravel and Debussy, and I think that's Satya. Sighting from the crow's nest land. Ho! I would imagine triumph could be to win. And I guess had carte blanche would be to maybe answered to no one. Answered to no one. So number one overall could be top seeded. I kind of had a feeling about that, but for some reason that didn't come through. MLB team that once drafted Tom Brady. I had no idea. Checkmark alternatives, X's. So I guess these are the Expos. I mean, I can't think of anybody else it would be at this point. Many a founding father religiously, I think they were all deists, or most of them. Came down after getting lifted up. Symbol of America's first transcontinental railroad. And this is called, look, I love planes, and trains, and automobiles, and boats, and mechanical watches, and I'm just a 12-year-old at heart, and I think this is the golden... Oh, wow. I keep forgetting I'm not doing The Guardian, and I'm so used to just typing right through something. The golden spike. Now, again, I'm going to have to check this, too. I need to quit getting ahead of myself. Place to take notes. One of three, and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. By the way, fabulous. Fabulous work. Place to take notes. Oh, I get it. ATM. Again, super clever. Thus far, nothing inelegant. IOU could be a chit. I'd never heard that word before in my life until I got into the Army and I deployed the first time and I was handed a chit. I was like, what's a chit? Lin-Manuel Miranda, vocally is a tenor. Okay, I feel pretty good about the golden spike, and I think I kind of knew that was just going to be the case, and so Spanish 101 verb, maybe ser. And I guess these could be unicorn startups. Let's check them. Garfield for one, cat, his friend Odie, sometimes friends, sometimes enemies, mostly frenemies. Acquire, and finally probably just score. Ovum, yeah, that's true, it is the largest cell in the human body. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. Acquire, yeah, I think we got score. So what do we got here? Certain seizure could be a repo. Aptly named descendant of Standard Oil. SO, got it. Barnyard greeting. Moo. Reminds me of the knock knock joke. Knock knock, who's there? Interrupting cow. And as soon as the person says interrupting cow, who? But as soon as they get the interrupt, then you go moo, moo, till be interrupting. Pool contents, going with jeans on this one. And I guess veins could be mineral deposits. This is a rather clever and not a simple grid to go through. Nothing feels good going in, right? The only thing that felt great going in here was the golden spike. And even then I had to check myself. Okay, lymph node, organ. I mean, I guess some would argue this day, glands, but then we get hairstyle change could be a new do. And I guess a harsh sentences of harsh sentences, we could be talking about tongue twisters, which is again phenomenally clever. Redacted figure, social security, French 101, être, and I guess guide. Okay, and so where to watch the Cubs, maybe in a den. Pablo Neruda wrote one to a large tuna in the market. That was an ode. Spies are masters of disguise. I mean, they really are. Young and inexperienced, so to speak. And I don't think I've ever seen this in a grid in my life. I could have, but it didn't make an impression, or I must have solved around it. Snot-nosed. Wow, all right. Green around the... Oh, God. Yeah, I used to hear it all the time. That's why it's nice being a bit older. The sun emergency from the clouds. The sun emerging from the clouds at exactly the right time. I guess we could consider that an omen. Silk screen paintings by Warhol. That's true. Lots of Mao. Mao and Maryland, right? And Campbell's soup. Member of the Golden Horde. And I guess we're talking about a Tatar. Comes straight from the horse's mouth. Okay, clever. Almost a dad joke, but good. Like the ruins in Tulum, and I guess these are Mayan. I was just reading about them a couple of weeks ago, comparing Mayan and Incan civilization along with Aztecs and whatnot, and that's the only reason I jumped on that one. I'm going to be honest with you. Chablis. I mean, if we're talking in the French, en vin. En vin. Il est temps de boire en vin de verre pour chaque spritz. Well, I guess of handshakes and mattresses, we could be talking about soft or firm, and I'm going with firm because I'm going to trust my Mayan memory from the other day. Ancient music halls. Okay, Odeya perhaps, and Egg Foo Young. Jeepers. How about an oh my? How about oh no, I better put something else in there because I'm wrong. I mean, I have no idea. Sorry, those secrets are beyond classified. I'd have to kill you. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh gosh, I can't remember. Name. Dish whose name is Turkish for stuffed. Yeah, it's Turkish for stuffed, of course, but I mean, it sure is heavily used by so many different language and cultures around the AO. I mean, you get Dolma and Lebanese versions. And, gosh, you get Dolma anywhere. Greeks, the Greek versions. And I mean, it's just delicious stuff, by the way. I really loved it. Softballs. Letters on an invite. Well, I guess we don't have a response, s'il vous plaît. I guess we're going to say just bring your own bottle. So I guess softballs are lobs. Very nice. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul. Milk, to use. And I guess we're talking about, refuse to sign one's work, say maybe remain anonymous. Remain anonymous. How do we do, Bob? Okay, this was a fun grid. I mean, it was a fun grid. I cannot think of one area where I felt like there was any amount of inelegant fill here. I mean, it really wasn't. And even on the ATM type situation, right, you know, or the act, right, you know, the fact that we brought up Guildenstern and Rosencrantz are dead, that's pretty amazing. You know, just, you know, one of three, you know, the act, and then, of course, a place to take notes, ATM. I'm never not amazed at the cleverness around the idea of an ATM and what kind of clue you're going to create for that answer combination. So it's very nice. What a pleasure to do this today. And, you know, my name is Christopher, and I'm delighted you were here to solve this grid with me. I mean, Cin-Cin. Let's go ahead and out with the old and in with the new. And before we bid my fondest of adieus to all of you, just want to again say very much I appreciate more than you can ever possibly imagine the liking and the subscribing and, you know, the comments that you leave, the messages you send me via DM on TikTok or on Instagram. That just means the world to me. I love it when we have comments. I love it when we've got when I just get an email, right? You know, I mean, some people just still sit down and write me an email, and it never, ever, ever doesn't make me feel great. So thank you for all of that. And until we see you tomorrow for the Saturday grid, considering this one, I'm feeling like it's going to be a beating. Oh, I can only imagine what Sunday's going to be. Oh, well, I hope it's not as bad as last Sunday. But regardless, I'm up for the task. I hope. So, until next time, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch, auch einen Abend und ein schönes Wochenende. Tschüss, Servus, Grüß Gott, auf Wiedersehen, ciao, Cin-Cin, au revoir, masalamati, annyeonghaseyo, que tengas una lindo días, aloha, be well out there, take care of yourselves, take care of your neighbors, but really hook up the person behind you in line, be well.